I'm Chelsea, and this is my mom, Jennifer. I am 19, and I am a sophomore at Kennesaw State. I found out I was deaf when I was born.
We brought Chelsea home. Nobody told us anything in the hospital except that she was a very alert baby. And 2 weeks before her 2-week checkup, we decided to take her to the doctor for her visit. And at the end of the visit, which everything was fine, my mom broached the subject with the doctor, I don't think she's hearing. Well, I was completely shocked when she said that. And he tried a few little things and he said, you know, maybe, he said you can wait a week and then take her over to get her hearing checked. But I didn't let the grass grow under my feet. I ran right to the audiologist and we found out she was not hearing anything. My husband and I go into 2 different modes. I dealt with the newborn baby that we had, and he dealt with all the paperwork and investigatory things, and we found Atlanta Speech School, which was a blessing. I went to the parent-infant class with Linda Lasker and Shelley Dunn, and that was the beginning of our journey. They didn't do anything for her, so that was an experience in itself, because trying to put ear molds in a 4-month-old who's still not holding her head up is very difficult. But we had to do it for a certain amount of time so that we could basically prove that we needed to go on to the next step, do the cochlear implants.
I was implanted at my right ear when I was 1.
Got into a clinical trial.
And then when I was 10, I got bilateral and I was implanted on the left.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that was pretty much the start of it.
I narrated everything that I did. If I was going to open a can, I said, Chelsea, let's go to the can opener and open the can. If I'm going to buy paper towels, we're going to get these paper towels. I just used all the words I could possibly use, since a whole year was gone that she heard no words. Chelsea learned very early to be an advocate for herself. That if I'm not there, she needs to tell the lifeguard, she needs to tell the teacher, she needs to let them know that she's hearing impaired, and these are the things she needs.
That was probably one of the best lessons, because even though I thought it was a pain, my mom would ask me to go up to the lifeguard by myself and say, I can't hear you, I'm deaf, I have cochlear implants, but when I'm in the water they have to come out, so if you blow the whistle I'm not going to hear you, you're going to have to come in and get me. From a young age that was scary, but it wouldn't be, I don't know, I don't think I would be as confident today talking about it or willing to do that. I think I would just wait. If my mom said something, she did, so I'm very thankful that she forced me to do that.
So the therapy that we did was Bergen Pines would come weekly and work with Chelsea.
Is that speech?
It was speech, and it was just learning words, playing with toys, just doing a variety of things, just trying to give you as much speech and vocabulary as possible. And then we did speech therapy once a week, and that ended I think before kindergarten.
I remember when I was in kindergarten, they would have a speech therapist come to the class and take me out, and I would work with her. I do not know sign language, and I get that a lot, but that question a lot. But because I was so young, for my parents, they put me in speech therapy so young that since I was implanted so young, I got to just learn how to talk, and that's what all that speech therapy was, to have correct pronunciation. And when I was in middle school, there was a sign language club, and I wanted to be a part of it just to learn it. Everyone asked me if I knew it, so I was like, okay, let's try it. So I know a little bit as far as the alphabet, but not enough at all to talk. So, and I didn't want to, also because I didn't want to become reliant on it. I knew I could talk for myself, and I worked really hard when I was younger with my parents to learn how to, but I didn't want to replace it at all.
She did become expert at lip reading, however.
Yeah, that was just more of a natural. It just learned it. I don't remember when I was that little, but ever since I know, whenever my implants are off, when I take them off at night or during the day, I just lip read. And out of all of my family members, it's easiest for me to lip read my brothers, and it always has been. I don't know why, or it's just that comfort level. If I'm not sure what someone's saying, I turn immediately to him and I just know what's going on. Growing up with cochlear implants, I would say has been really amazing. I mean, I don't know any different, so it's hard to say, but I really love having the option to turn the sound off when I get home. I can turn everything up and it's very nice. But at the same time, the cons, I would only say that when I go to the beach or the pool with a friend, I have to take them off. So sometimes I miss a conversation here and there. Cochlear does have a device that you can put on your implant and go swimming, but I personally don't love the accessory, and I kind of like it quiet when I'm swimming. And I was in the pool with my family and they were all chatting, and I had the device on, or the accessory, and I was just like, this is not relaxing at all.
So just, reminding people sometimes of just this special challenge, that's all.
9 out of 10 times they're understanding, but that may be one of the cons when one of those people are just not quite sure, or you have to explain it again. But it comes with the territory, and I'm just thankful that they came out with the cochlear implants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
After she was in the parent-infant class, she was, I think a toddler class, and then she went into a hearing-impaired preschool from our county, and that was terrific. And then she ended up getting mainstreamed at 5 right into kindergarten. She had Kathy Newburn as her speech therapist, another godsend, and Joan Donnelly helped us with Bergen Pines.
I could have this speaker, what was it called?
Oh, the FM system.
FM system, and the teacher would wear a microphone and it would go directly to the FM system, which was another thing that helped me in the beginning. And the other kids would be like, can you turn that up a little? I can't hear the teacher. And I was like, no.
Right. Once you were in the public schools, then you had an IEP and you had a hearing impaired teacher that came in once a week to check on you, make sure you had everything, that you had extra time for testing, that there weren't, if there were oral tests, it was going to be a written test. Yeah, it's important to have a school system that is aware of the challenges and that they have to comply with whatever supplies, whatever you need.
Right. I think the other part, and I've had this in public and private school, the opportunity to use the tools that you have, but also the opportunity to say, no, I don't want them or don't need them. And I've said that in public school, and they would be like, are you sure? And I just think the respect that I had from the teachers that, oh, okay, you don't need it, we won't use it. And if you do, we absolutely will use it. There was never an issue. I always had the support, and that meant the world to me.
Right.
There was never, oh, we can't or we can. It was, we'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
So it was the best, for sure.
Probably like I know, like I get mad at like certain things. When I get mad, I tend to like not pronounce my words like too well, and then she can't understand them. So then I have to repeat them multiple times. It's like really about keeping your cool. So whenever we go to like family gatherings or like public places, especially pools, she has to take off her implants, and she can read my lips better than like other people, like my parents or her friends. So she'll tell me before she gets in the pool, hey, if like someone's trying to talk to me, just tap me on the shoulder and you can help me out a little bit. Definitely be considerate about like what their side is. Like you don't really think that that person cannot hear, and at least Chelsea relies on looking at your lips and forming words that she learned like really young. So you just have to think about that before you get too angry that like she can't understand those things.
Like it's easy to forget that I
Can't hear.
have cochlear implants.
Yeah.
I'm 19 now. I'm a sophomore at Kennesaw State, so starting my second year. And I have a black lab, Buddy, so life is going great. I got Buddy last year before I started school because I realized my parents wouldn't be there anymore when I took my implants off, and I needed to know when the fire alarm went off, and I needed that safety when I can't hear when I took them off.
Someone knocked at the door.
Exactly. So he's been great, and my cochlear implants, they're doing well. They're doing very well. I'm really grateful that it's only getting better. There's no decline. I can't believe I've had them for this long.
You go every 6 months
Every 6 months
To Julie
to
for
my audiologist
mapping.
to make sure everything's okay. I would say grateful because I'm grateful to my parents who worked with me at a really early age, which I'm sure was tough. I'm sure I wasn't in the mood sometimes. I'm grateful for the opportunity that Cochlear gave me and the opportunities that the cochlear implants, I think I hear just like everyone else. I can participate in conversations, listen to music, TV,
You're on the
go
phone.
to the movies. Exactly. So I think just for them, I'm so grateful. And the support system I've had, the teachers, the friends, family, it's the best. It is scary to go in for surgery on your head to have cochlear implants, and you do have to work at it, but you're working for what I think a lifetime of hearing. So even though it's scary and tough in the moment, you don't know what's coming. And I didn't realize when I was younger. I'm sure my parents were terrified, but I remember when I was 10 and I got my second one, the unknown of what was coming was really scary. But I knew the right one was so good that I was fighting for the right thing. And as long as you have a good support system and you work at it, I think it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I always said to Chelsea, she's a little girl first, and then she's deaf. I never treated her any differently than I treated my son, who has normal hearing.
It wasn't a title. You always said it was never a part of my title.
No. I mean, it wasn't even like if we were going somewhere or doing something, we met people, it wasn't like, here, do you want to meet my deaf daughter? It was like, this is my daughter. If it came up, because her hair was up and they asked me what's on her ear, then it came up. But otherwise, it wasn't like,
I think that's the best thing parents can do for their kids, is that supportive. It's no big deal. Like, just be great, be proud of it and do what you gotta do and move on. Maybe going through school and everything, not to worry so much of both things, of what people would think and if my implant would be okay. So first, what people would think. It did take me a minute to wear my hair up and be okay with it. So not to worry, oh, is this person looking at me? Is that person looking at me? Are they gonna ask me a question? Are they gonna say something? Because most of the time they were looking just to see what it was. Or if they did ask a question, it was a very nice question, so I worried about nothing. And then the implant itself, I would worry, what if my battery goes off? What if I can't reach my mom? What if it goes off and I can't hear anyone? What's gonna happen? That never happened. I mean, I've been in school now for, all my, childhood, and it's never gone off. My batteries have always worked.
I would tell myself, try to relax and enjoy the time with her, which is something I did do. But that she will hear Barbara Streisand sing, because that was the first thing I thought of. What am I going to do? She'll never be able to sing Barbara Streisand songs with me, but she does. And she enjoys all the humor and all the different tones of voices and all the birds and everything we take for granted. She appreciates, and I think she taught us to appreciate it more.
Nice, Mom.
That's true.
Thank you
For
the opportunity to be the keynote speaker and to talk to everyone about my experiences. Thank you to Linda Lasker and Kathy Newbern and everyone that helped me. I could name all the names, but I was too young to remember. So just everyone that helped me and supported me through this and still does. And to my parents and my family.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for all the support and the ongoing support and being our cheerleaders.
Yeah, it's been great.